Hey everybody, what's going on? Bahroo here, back with another exotic and legendary overview, preview, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Suros Regime. You guys seem to like these kind of previews of the Pocket Infinity, so we're going to keep it going with the Suros Regime. The Suros Regime is a exotic auto rifle that comes in no element, so if you're doing elemental challenge, this one will have to have a little bit of a pass. So let's go ahead and jump into the skill tree that this thing has. First up being the field choke. This will give you more range and impact at the cost of some recoil. Next up we've got the linear compensator. More predictable recoil, slight boost to range and impact with a little bit more recoil. Now, this one is the one that I usually use. I don't really find it necessary to go into the smart drift control. Also, I like the damage. The damage from the linear compensator and the field choke are both exactly the same. The smart drift choke is a lot better if you have a hard time controlling stability. If we go ahead and switch between those two, you'll see that there is a pretty noticeable difference. Not too much, but it is there. That's why I don't really find it that necessary to go into full stability. But if that's what you want, it's there. You may want it for PvP because, as you know, you want to get all those shots on target. But anyway, next up we've got focused fire. When zoomed in, this weapon fires slower but causes additional damage. Now if we go ahead and take a look at the rate of fire when it is not zoomed in, and when it is zoomed in. This is a about 40% rate of fire loss when aiming down sights, but you will also gain 40% more damage. So overall, it is worth it, and gives the gun a much heavier hit, which is nice for dealing with certain enemies, especially hobgoblins, getting a nice shot on them before they decide to go completely immune. Next, we've got just a standard damage upgrade. Next, we have high caliber rounds, oversized rounds built to stagger targets and leave them reeling. This makes staggering bosses extremely easy. I'm able to stun bosses such as Fogoth or Valis to Auric in just a few shots. When I was fighting Fogoth, I managed to do it to the point to where he couldn't even get his laser eye off, as long as I was getting good shots and reloading between animations. So this is definitely good for staggering, if that is what you need to do. Next up is Hammer Forged. Range and accuracy is increased at a slight cost to the impact. Impact loss is not noticeable at all. So if you are going to be going extremely long range with this, it is actually very beneficial to pick this up because there is damage drop off on an auto rifle. So if you're going to go cross map in PvP or in PvE, you want to pick up Hammer Forged because it is much more beneficial. That you will have a much greater or less damage drop off. And then finally we have lightweight. This is, I feel, is more of a PvP type skill. I don't really find it that noticeable in PvE, but when held, the weapon grants +2 agility. So your agility skill goes up a little bit. So you're going to be able to jump farther, run faster, slide further, all that type of stuff. And then finally we have the Suros Regime. Now this one is really hard to really kind of show by shooting, but well, because of the area we're in and all that kind of stuff. But what it does is the bottom half of each magazine deals bonus damage and has a chance to return health when dealing damage. Now we can show off the damage portion, but the healing from the Suros Regime really doesn't shine all that well. The best thing that it can do is really just prevent you from going into the red occasionally. If you're under fire, the healing effect will not really do that much. If we go ahead and let this Vandal just kind of sit right there, you'll see we do 154. 154 for a headshot. We're just going to go ahead and get rid of those real quick. Another 54. Now the way that the under half mag works is that it starts out at 6%, and on the final shot does 60%. So the closer you get to that final shot, you're going to slowly creep up from 6% to 60%. Now hopefully we don't miss this last shot here. 269. 269 damage on that final shot. So it's about a 60% damage buff on the last shot. And obviously the damage is a little low because your damage does get normalized in lower areas, but I don't even have all of the damage upgrades yet for this auto rifle, and I can hit upwards of 771 with just the auto rifle. And that's not including weapons of light buff or all of the remaining weapon damage upgrades. So I hope you guys enjoyed this overview of the Suros Regime. As far as acquiring this gun, there really is no way to get it outside of just turning in legendary engrams that are the primary slot and hoping you get a Suros Regime. I bought this one from Zur because he was selling it. I've seen other people get it from chests and as random drops. So I hope you are lucky enough to find this auto rifle, and hope you all are enjoying these exotic and legendary overviews and analysis. As always, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for future content, and I will catch you all in the next video. Later.